story began when I was 6 years old. I used to creep into my elder brother's bedroom when he was out, and I used to pore over his automobile books. There was one particular book, it was a tiny little thing which fitted in a pocket, called the Observer's Book on Automobiles. And I would open it and I would flip through the pages, but I would keep going back to one particular page in which there was a picture, and my attention would be riveted. And I would keep on going back just to sneak a look at that page. I don't know what it was, but I can tell you one thing, it was love at first sight. Hi, I'm Behram Adisha, and I have a long-standing love affair with a beautiful redhead. Our lives are intertwined and have been something that Hollywood movies would be made of. The only difference is I'm a man and this is a machine. But the hearts are intertwined. So fast forward to when the 6-year-old had become 18 years old. And he was scurrying across a street near his house during twilight. And he suddenly heard a roar of an engine. And he was trapped in headlights like a deer. Ran across the road, turned to see. That was his first impression of an Alfa Romeo GT 1300 Juinor in the flesh. It revived all the old childhood feelings and emotions, and he watched it as it drove away from him, and he followed it to where it lived and saw it being parked. Not realizing many years in the future that car would belong to his future father-in-law and it would become his. When that 18-year-old went home, his head was filled with the image and the sound of the car, and he just couldn't focus on anything else for a number of days to come. Now, when he actually went to visit the car for the first time, and it's a funny story because he went to see a girl, and was it the girl or was it the car that really attracted him? He questioned, because the girl and the car were there standing side by side, and he couldn't take his eyes off either of them. And he kept looking from one to the other. Car was used, it went into neglect, and his future father-in-law decided to sell it. It wasn't running. The boy was still a student, and he was hoping to be able to put together money to buy it. So he mustered up the courage and asked that, could I buy the car? So his future father-in-law asked him with a smirk on his face, do you have the money to buy it? And very honestly, he didn't. But he was willing to do anything it took to buy the car. But his future father-in-law, being a very, very nice, generous gentleman, decided to gift the car to him and said, look, you take the car and use the money you would have paid me to restore the car. So now we go, the first time, proud young owner of an Alfa Romeo went and opened the car. So he opened the bonnet and there was a dead pigeon lying right in the center of the engine, left there by some cat, an unfinished meal. The wheels of the car were inflated and hadn't run down, which was very strange. So when we decided to fill in air in the wheels, we realized why they were inflated. They had been filled up over the years with rainwater. So a stream of rainwater came out of each wheel, and then they got deflated. Finally, we managed to start the car, and we took it to a garage because the brakes weren't working. The driver's door sagged so much that we had to lift it up to shut it. The rear dicky looked like it was permanently open because it was split into two. And that's how I used that car initially for the first couple of years, because I didn't have the money to do everything. So what I got done was just got it running. And very proudly, I would use this car everywhere, completely corroded, rattling away, but I used it. And slowly over the years, as I saved up money, I was able to restore the car and it became a complete car. Now it was time for me to get married. And as is our Parsi tradition, we have to have some silverware in the car. My mother had to be in the car. And we were driving in a cavalcade to the reception venue. I was late and I broke a traffic signal. And a policeman stopped me. So I told the policeman, I said, look, I'm sorry, I'm rushing for a wedding. So he said, but what's the rush? I said, because it's my wedding. I'm getting married. And I showed him that I was dressed in my wedding dress. I showed him, that there was flowers and on the bonnet. So he flagged down a motorcycle policeman and said, take them to the venue immediately and don't let any traffic signal stop you. And that's how I sort of made it just about in time for the wedding. Car and I have had a brilliant association. It has been a relationship that I can't explain. It's just that you know each other in a way that is the envy of everybody else. So I could always make out when she was trying to say something. She was running out of fuel. She was in stress. She wanted to have the accelerator pressed and really move. I could understand everything that she was saying to me. And when I wanted her to do something, she would understand exactly what I wanted her to do. That is the kind of bond and relationship that we have built up over the years, over the decades, right? And I really hoped that it would be a relationship where we would grow old together. But unfortunately, realization has struck. I'm the one growing old, not her. She's always going to be the way she is. But I am going to grow old. So the history of this car is that she was bought by the Maharani of Morbi as a wedding gift for her future son-in-law. He sold it to his cousin's husband, who was my future father-in-law. And now, as of last year, I have a son-in-law. So perhaps that's the direction that she will go in when I'm willing to let her go. Of course, I'm not willing to let her go right now. So I'm just thinking back to when everybody was pressurizing me that you don't go for Concours, you have to go for an event. Mm-hmm. And we decided, let's go for the 21-gun salute event in Delhi 10 years ago, right? So I came to you and I said, okay, Jatin, just give it a polish and let's go. And then you said, you can't take it with a polish to for a Concours. You got to do some other work with it.
Correct.
So little bits and pieces, an overcoat of paint.
Also fixing the wonky front end.
Yeah, exactly.
One light looking there, one light looking there.
The entire front end was...
Correct.
Yeah.
It was true. Like...
it was wall-eyed.
Crooked.
Yeah. So I had to bring it back to original.
Correct.
Yeah.
Plus that sagging door was still not fixed properly.
Yeah.
They had to make new.
That's right.
So
few other things, small things here and there.
The trunk had to be redone. The paint job. Basically, we just make it
presentable.
Presentable. Made it run right.
Yeah.
It needed a partial engine rebuild with the top end to be redone.
That's right. Yeah.
And carburetors to be redone. Yeah. So just made it nice, drivable, and made it presentable, to be very honest.
Exactly.
For the Concours. And then obviously started off at Red Fort in Delhi, then drove it all.
What a drive we had. Huh?
Yeah, that was superb drive that we had. And in fact, my first time ever, so your car is the first Alfa that I ever saw and I worked on, let's be honest. And first time I ever sat in as well. Previously to that,
Did you ever feel nervous because you're a Merc guy? Did you ever feel nervous about working on a different brand?
Not at all. Not at all. Because, I mean, till the time you don't try something, you don't know whether you like it or not. So I tried this and I loved it.
And from my perspective, I felt that I've got this young, fresh mind who's, eager to do work. Said he's the right guy.
Correct. For me, it was like, just the fact that I'm participating was
same way for me. Same for me. Yeah.
Not expecting at all that we would get. I think we got second.
No, we won our class.
We won our class.
We won our class.
It's been a while. I didn't.
Yeah. We won the class.
Yeah.
And that was very, very good, pleasant surprise.
Correct.
And really happy that we could do it. And when we were chatting with the judges later, and we were asking them, they said because the car was so original, so genuine,
correct,
and used regularly.
Correct.
Not a garage queen. So that we really felt that you deserved the first prize.
Correct.
And that's how we got it.
Honestly, I remember this conversation I had with my wife over the phone. Like, how come we won? Because, I mean, there are several other cars which are like in a showroom state and like, restored far more better than what we have done and all. I was shocked itself, but like...
So was I, but who's complaining?
Oh, nah, not complaining at all. Not complaining at all.
So now we decided, let's go to Oberoi Concours. Then everybody said, look, you're going to the Oberoi Concours now. Concours has developed in India.
Correct.
There's a lot more expected.
Correct.
If you're going there, be serious.
100%.
Right?
And that I also pushed you for
Yeah,
that.
you did.
If you're
Pushed
not
a lot.
seriously, then
Pushed
otherwise...
pushed a lot.
To the extent of saying that I'm building the car, I'm not telling you what it's going to be.
And I'm just going to go and do it.
Yeah, it's going to be do it done.
So now what did you do? Let's hear that.
So, built this car 2018 first time, and then over a period of things we used it, developed its own set of issues, like the suspension was finished. Spring...
25-year-old suspension.
You can't say that for the new cars for lasting so much. Suspension was like completely finished. Spring had a crack almost on the verge of breaking. Engine was still okay, not an issue with it, but the carbs were like a little iffy, just about running on hopes and dreams. Car just needed to be like, redone thoroughly to make it the way we do our builds now as compared to what it was like 10 years ago. It's like poles apart now. So and especially now that you have the other Alphas also, which are like absolutely mint, this was just looking a little
it was.
It was looking tired, left out.
And this one's a favorite.
Exactly. So, it's a conversation we had, right? That we are going to build this car and I'm doing it the way I want to do it.
And making it better than the others
100%.
that you've done before.
And making it, not creating a controversy again, but hoping to be one of the best Alphas in the country today.
Better than the others that I have.
Okay, fair enough.
What you've done for me.
Correct, fair enough. You can put it that way as well. So, right, so the car came in monsoon, July? Yeah, July. Monsoon time it came. As you would know that on the way it conked on the road. And obviously then we had to trailer it here. Then July it came, but we only started work mid-August because of monsoon, worker issues, etc., etc., etc. The typical
various festivals,
the typical workshop in India life. August we started, first and foremost stripped the car apart to bare bones, like to the last shell. And that's when I realized there are certain fittings and fitments on the car that were never touched. For example, the certain bits of the rear suspension, it was never ever opened in its life. It was the first time we were opening. And although everything was like, because of the past quick job repairs prior to you meeting me as well, and overspray, this, that, there was a little bit of jugards here and there, but that's fine. That's expected of a almost close to 60-year-old car.
Yeah, 58 years old.
Next year it will be 60 years old, 2027. So, so we decided to strip apart the whole car to bare bones. Bare shell. Then we sent the car for blasting, got it sandblasted. Again came to bare metal again. And then from there we decided, okay, chalo. Now this car has to be perfect. Absolutely perfect. And maybe not going with the standard way of restoration, as in you show the age of the vehicle in the restoration. But no, I wanted to make it absolutely perfect. So that over a period of time, it slightly withers and then it gets settled in. So it's okay even if it looks over-restored. So a call was taken that all the stainless steel and aluminum parts had to be re-chromed because they were too far gone to restore them back. And a chroming by our very best Alan will last for a really long time to come.
This car will last the rest of my life.
Oh, easily it will last. And so that the chrome was sent there, then the body work was completely done. We got a couple of panels imported from UK purely because in its life it has had its fair share of minor hits and bangs and this and that. Now,
but never a major accident.
Nothing major, but obviously, use.
Yeah.
Bangs due to use. Now, because of that, we decided we'll just replace the panels so that we just get that. There's no guesswork in it. The thing with Alphas, like we both know, is that every part is available today. Especially the Alphas of the 60s and the 70s and the 80s.
105 series.
The 105 series like this. Everything is available. Practically, you can build an entire car just out of parts, right? Got few panels, the front end, the back end, certain bits at the back, finished the body work, then came into paint. Now in paint, we had a discussion, should we go back to the original color? white. And to this, we both had a common agreement.
Definitely.
No chance this could ever go into
No chance.
white. It's going to be red only.
Yeah.
And Alpha has to be red or a bright shade of yellow maybe. Like one of our known friend has it, right? So again, we went with the original Alfa Rosso red. Again, in fact, there were two shades available in Alfa Rosso. One was made by Standox, one was done by Glassorit. And then when we did some more further research, it's then that we came to know that original shade was done by Glassorit. That was actually a mistake I did back in the time in 2018 that we painted the current Standox. That's why they never had that pop. It had the redness, but it doesn't have the pop that it has now. And obviously, we did with the modern style paint with the clear coat and everything on it. So that got done. Again, then the whole bunch of interior parts, your suspension, your brakes, your fuel lines, everything was got down from the UK, from our good friends at Classic Alpha. Got it all done. If you raise the car today, the underside today is as detailed as the outer side of the car today. Finally, we decided we should import some new set of Weber carbs on it because those were the carbs originally on the car and remove the Del Rotos. So we shifted to the Webers back again. For that matter of fact, the seat material, what we got was the original Alpha Sky in black as per the original.
Yeah.
So then the seats got redone. In fact, we went down to detail when we researched upon online and as well as I saw a very original car in the UK that the original rubber mats, they are never just kept. They are anchored down with screws which has a separate washer type screws. And the door pads uses a different type of screws. So that is a key detail that I got. Then that we reproduced over here. So yeah, and then there were some chrome trims which were missing, which we made and we fitted out. So such key details. The good part about the car today is it still uses its all original gauges. Even the veneer on the dash is still original. When we removed the dash was pretty weak because of obviously of the age, and it's a cardboard dash. It's a stamped cardboard dash. So we reinforced it with fiberglass at the back. So now this will last you for the lifetime. It's not a problem at all. And also we went for the little Alpha fast road handling package. So now it sits also properly as compared to before, like it used to sit on the first floor.
Too high. It was to be.
It was an SUV stance before, let's be honest. It was like an SUV before. Now it's like proper hunkered down on the road and
The way it should be.
The way it should be. The way it should be. And in fact, it's OEM plus, like the way I would like to call it as.
And even though it's got 15-inch wheels as opposed to the later ones that came with 14-inch.
Yeah.
Even then.
It sits perfectly and it doesn't like weigh up your steering. It's just like how it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, thinking about us deciding to go for the Oberoi Concours, right? I'm just thinking back. I never, ever believed we'd make it.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Especially after seeing our category.
I never believed we'd make it because I just felt that the work was going on too long and the paint preparation finished only in the middle of January.
Yeah.
And after that, you painted the car, you did the suspension, you did the wiring, the interior, fitted the entire car back and tried and tested the car out in time for it to be loaded on the truck.
I always told you it will be ready. The organizer of the event also was like...
He was very stressed out. He used to ask me, is it coming? Is it coming? Push Jatin. And I said, I can't push Jatin now. It's his responsibility. He knows what he's doing. Right?
In fact, I got a call from him. I said, don't worry about it.
Yeah, you always said, it will be there. Don't worry, it will be there.
Correct.
And finally, we land up over there and we find there is a massively strong
competition in our category.
Yeah, in our category. And then you have absolutely top class judges from around the world, the who's who of the motoring world coming around. And then we were wondering, like, what chance do we have? But it doesn't matter. We are proud of our car. We are happy with our car.
Correct. Should we show the trophy here?
Why not? So you know that trophy, Jatin, is a testament to what you have put into this car.
Yeah.
Because when you're in such a strong field, for Bentleys, Maharaja's cars, restored abroad, so many other cars, right? For us to get the second runner-up in our category.
That was a big thing.
Was a very, very big thing. And
but again, you were missing.
Very, very, very happy that this happened and we were recognized because the field of judges was very strong.
Agreed.
They obviously very knowledgeable. They appreciated what was done with the car.
I personally think it was a two-way thing on this car. It was the story of the car. Also the restoration quality of the car. It was both the things. In any restoration, a car cannot reflect its true character if the owner is not participant of the restoration. Let me put it that way. I mean, yes, any restoration requires money and time, no doubt about it. But it also involves the owner's involvement and that passion in it for it to come out rightly. I have driven this car and also the other 105 coupe that we have in the city. Built it, obviously, because I've built it as well. I just love these cars. There's something else about them. It's just the way they talk to you properly and they do what they are commanded to do and they don't have the brains of their own.
So Jeremy Clarkson said, you can't consider yourself a true petrol head until you've owned an Alfa.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. I completely agree. In fact, this is what I tell to people. If you want 2 cars in your life, just 2 cars that you want to live with the rest of the life. One has to be a Mercedes and second has to be an Alfa.
I completely agree with you.
Because you own one as well. So you know why I'm saying that.
Totally agree with you.
So
it's been a great journey, Jatin.
Yes.
And the journey continues.
100%. To more and more Alphas.
Last night I dreamt of San Pedro, just like I'd never gone. I knew the song, the young girl with eyes like the desert. It all seems like yesterday, not far away. Tropical, the island rings, all the nature wild and free. This is where I long to be, La Isla Bonita. And when the sound was played, the sun would set so high, ring through my ears and sting my eyes, your Spanish lullaby.
So that's the journey of this one and myself. I have no name for her. She's just my redhead. At one time, she was the pride of my wife. Today, she's envy of my wife. Because my wife thinks I spend too much time, effort and money on the car and not enough on her. But I can only tell you one thing. You have to be in a relationship like this to understand what it's all about. It's not a car, it's not a driver, it's not that at all. It's something that goes much more deeper. It's very, very fulfilling. And one thing I can tell you, I have never, ever had her complain to me about anything, which I can't say for any human being. So that is our relationship, and I think we will go off into the sunset and we will build many more stories and many more memories together.